work. So here we are. I gotta say, one of the cool things about working in surgery is wearing pajamas all day. Hey, you can't beat that, right? Also, one of the things I was thinking about that is actually pretty cool is you get to wear a hat that covers not only your crown, but your third eye, right? So that's actually pretty good. That helps me to keep my cool a lot of times when I'm in those stressful environments dealing with those energies that we all know that we deal with out there in the real world. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So anyway, I decided I was going to do a new moon message for this Saturday night Empress live, and thank you for all of those who are joining me. I truly appreciate all your support to the channel. Hit the like button if you don't mind when you come in to show your appreciation and your love to me, because I truly love all of you as well, and I do hope that you do find messages here. And if you were drawn here, most likely there is a message for you. So thank you so much for joining me. All right, so Soul Helper Oracle is the energy we're going to tap into tonight to get the main message. This particular deck is pretty awesome because it not only gives you a power animal, but essential oil, crystal, and number that may be very relevant for you, okay? We're going to tap into the Light Seers Tarot as well as the Vice Versa Tarot. Ooh. Looks like you're hard at work, all right? Maybe you're doing some inner child healing at this time, doing a lot of mature work in your energetic realm, you know, in your heart, like balancing out all of your energy within you and perhaps things that you've been dealing with for a long time, you know. These types of things that maybe you've been wanting to change about yourself. You've been looking at them long and hard and thinking about, you know, what you've been giving your energy to, and is it paying off for you? You know, is it helping you to move along on your path and get to where you want to go? All right, so we're going to be looking at the, again, Light Seers Tarot as well as the Vice Versa Tarot. Now bear in mind that these are general readings, which may or may not resonate with you entirely, of course, because it is a general reading, but you should find messages here once again that will be helpful for you. These are timeless readings, which could resonate now, in the past, in the future. Also take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You know, and definitely, again, show some love by hitting that like button. Let me know down in the comments how it may be resonating with you. If you need a personal reading to find out exactly what's going on for you, though, the best way to find out what's going on for your situation is to get a personal reading, and you can do so at VenusianWays.org. Now we're going to look at the Divine Doors message cards to get some messages of advice as we move forward through this Saturday and weekend energies. All right, this is going to really cover up until the new moon. So we're kind of looking at what energies may be coming forward at this time. You know, this is a very powerful new moon, as you know, because we have a solar eclipse coming up. We have Mercury retrograde, and all of that kind of falls right along in the same trajectory, if you will. So a lot of energies at play. We will get love advice from the Lovers Oracle cards, so do stick around to the end for all the good stuff, including one question I will answer for you with my handy dandy divination coin. All right, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. And again, thanks so much for being here. Let's get the energies set properly, as I always like to do with my singing bowl. We thank you, angels, ancestors, wayshores, guides. Bless me to channel the energy and the messages that are most needed, setting a circle of protection around me and all who join. Sending all evil eye back to sender. Yes, you've got to make sure that you protect your energy at all times, keeping it clear, knowing what's yours. All right, and the easiest way to do that is just clear your energy every day, set that circle of protection around you to help keep out the bad juju, if you will. All right, so yeah, let's check in and see what our soul, our higher self, is wanting to say to us at this time. All right, what's going on? What is our higher self? What are the messages that are coming through at this time for us? What do I need to know, please? All right. are unique. Well, yes, you are, aren't you? This card says, be brave, a little crazy, but be yourself. I know that that's how I am. I mean, you'll find me singing at work. I'll be singing songs that aren't playing on the radio that I might have heard 3 days ago, and I'm like, why am I singing this song? And then I'll finally figure it out. But this is all about being who you are, and unapologetically so, I might say, because, you are amazing and beautiful in your own right. It's just, how do we bring that forward and express it in a way where we really feel it? We're vibing with it, right? Release your creative energies, make use of them in your life. So, what are some things that you can get involved in, things that are important to you, right? That help to develop more of that uniqueness, more of who you are, right? Because that's what draws in the people that are really meant for you and that you want to be around you, if you will. You know what I mean? We have lost in the ruins of the past. Find the way to the present moment and live. So, this is definitely a strong message for you to honor yourself, who you are, and go in that direction, if you will, away from the past. For especially, like, don't keep. Um, I'm getting the message. Don't keep drawing to the same type of people, that end up having that same type of energy that you really don't vibe with, but maybe it's, makes sense to you, it's normal to you. And so, because it's easier, because it's what we're familiar with, yeah, it can be easy to go backwards, right? But you have to honor who you are. And when you do that, you will start to gravitate more towards those people who, really do vibe with you. And again, pay attention to those things that you feel drawn to, like hobbies and things like that that you want to learn more about. Again, 7-Eleven, I just saw on the clock. This is going to help you to develop that person that you really are. Figure out who you are. And if you're single at this time, this is actually a great time to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And again, this allows you to be unapologetic. You don't have to answer to anyone else, especially if you're not in a relationship at this time. 34 is the number of this card, which comes to a 7. So I always see, and we saw 7 of Cups coming out in the pre-shuffle too. I feel like it's really being, more honorable in the choices that we're making for ourselves, and, honoring ourselves for what it is that we really feel drawn to, what really makes us happy, if you will. So this card says, it is often the very people who recognize their own uniqueness who feel lonely and like outsiders. I can definitely relate to this, which is why I spend a lot of time alone. And, I feel like it's hard to make friends with people where I can really feel like I can share and open up to, because, like, I don't feel like they're on, in a sense, the same level. And you can tell that perhaps, like, when you talk to people, especially about things that not everybody talks about, and you can kind of get that idea of if that person understands, you know what I mean? So yeah, it may be hard for you to really make friends with people that you would want to hang out with, you know what I mean? All right, so this card also says, having recognized their otherness and wanting to live according to it, they make the mistake of thinking that other people will not understand or want anything to do with them. However, this is an illusion born of past experience with its roots in childhood. So I did see 6 of Cups energy coming out as well. So like I said, I feel like there's a lot of maturity happening within ourselves, where we're not just going with the crowd, we're not just following everybody else and what they think is right or cool or the right direction to go. This is all about figuring out what is our unique path, and what is it about us that we brought into this world to express, you know what I mean, and to hone, if you will. So that may mean leaving the past behind, like this card, lost in the ruins of the past. We don't want to stay in that energy of what was keeping us small and not allowing us perhaps to be who we came here to be, or, not feeling happy in general with the circumstances of our lives. But understanding at this point, tapping into those kinds of, things that really do talk to our heart, talk to our spirit, you know, getting involved in those types of things again is going to allow us to go and gravitate more towards the type of people that we're actually going to be able to have those types of friendships and, um, you know, uh, romantic partnerships and things like that with, which is what we really want at the end of the day, right? We want to be around people that we can trust, that that have more of the same type of base like you do, you know what I mean? So yeah, those are the type of people we want to invest in, right? These experiences, excuse me, let me find my place. These experiences have served to strengthen you, helping you to recognize your uniqueness and to live to the full. You have now reached the point on your soul path where you will find strength within you to banish these illusions and find the truth that lies behind them. It is the people who remain true to their nature who change the world. Yeah, stay true to yourself. Keep going along that trajectory that feels good to you. When they say follow your bliss, it's like follow the things that you feel good about, that in your soul, like when you tap into it, it feels good. People as well, do this with everything. And if it doesn't feel right, then investigate it and figure out what it is that's holding you back and keeping you in this space of feeling unhappy with your life. Celebrate yourself and your individuality and give it more space in your life. Be crazy, be brave, be yourself, and live your difference. Your uniqueness will give you a gentle dignity and irresistible charisma. If you are ready to accept yourself just as you are, you will discover wholeness, a sense of fulfillment. Yeah, maybe something you've been looking for, and it's like, that's it. Don't you feel that when you see people who don't care, what other people think about them? It's almost like they can talk to me, they can interact with me, but they don't seem to lose any of their confidence, whether or not somebody's talking to them or whether they're standing somewhere by themselves. They're confident either way. That's how we need to be. Who gives a damn what anybody else thinks at the end of the day, right? We have to live with ourselves. All right, so accept that you are unique. Acknowledge your otherness and difference, and in so doing, become fulfilled and free. Give yourself space and allow yourself to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Everything in your past has matured you into wisdom. So remember that. Don't get stuck in the ruins of the past. Allow it to be your wisdom to walk through that door, to move forward, to get on that path that's truly going to make you happy, because holding yourself back is kind of like abusing yourself and, not treating yourself well as well, right? So we definitely don't want to hold that child back that wants to run and play and be free, right? So let's figure out who we are, is what this is saying here. We have an amazing time to, like, with this eclipse energy that's coming up, to just like cut everything out that's not working for us, right? Review, reevaluate with the Mercury retrograde energy coming up. All right, so be the embodiment of joy, be magnificent and free, and exclude everything and everyone standing in your way. Do it now and without delay. Wow. The animal, the power animal for this card is what else but the Phoenix. Arizona, baby. I'm just saying. Phoenix has been coming up so much lately. I know you guys haven't seen the reading yet, but coming up this coming week, the Phoenix comes up, and I'm just telling you, there is some powerful energies that we can take advantage of if we're willing to let it all burn to the ground, if you will, and rise, just really allow ourselves to for once in our lives, be happy and do what it is that fulfills us and keeps us, you know, happy and alive in this game of life, if you will. That's how we got to remain children in that way, you know, to keep ourselves. We got to figure out what our hacks are that keep us happy and keep us moving along the path and willing to play this game, if you will. All right, so the power animal is the phoenix. The essential oil is patchouli, very grounding for sure. So the healing crystal is peridot. Peridot is like this green color, light green color, very heart energy, you know, tapping into that light and also the earth energy, just allowing for that reconnection with Mother Earth is what I'm feeling here. Our connection with ourselves, you know, by loving ourselves and through that mothering energy, that nurturing energy. Peridot is, if you've ever held it in your hand, it's just very tingly and almost like pop rocks in your hand, if anybody's ever had pop rocks. I apologize, I can't read through the comments that someone just put up, but thank you so much. I'm going to read them as soon as I get off of here, but I truly appreciate everyone being here and all of your support. Absolutely hit the like button if you're getting anything from this message, for sure. The number that's going to be significant at this time, if you're connecting with this energy. All right, so let's see what is coming out from the Light Seers Tarot. What is going on here today? My electronics is acting up, just so you guys know. So if there are little pauses, just try to stay with me. I'm not sure what's going on right now, but probably resulting in me putting this powerful message out. All right, this is all about you standing in your power, being that lion, all right? The lion heart energy, if you will, is coming through very strong here, especially with that peridot energy. All right, this is all about you putting that work and that effort into what is most important, which is you. So this is all about discovering who you are, all right? This is going to allow you to heal from all of those past disappointments. Allowing yourself to love yourself enough to know that you are just as important as anyone else, and being willing to move forward through this door, through this gateway, this portal, however you may see it, because I see it as a very strong portal if you think about it, with all of the energies coming together with the new moon, the eclipse energy, the solar eclipse energy, as well as Mercury retrograde. This is really a time to reevaluate your life and figure out what you want to leave in the dust, pretty much, is what this is saying here. All right? What do you really want to get engaged with that's really going to connect with your heart, right? And allow you to really express who you are and connect with those people that you vibe with. No more living like that small life is what I'm getting here. Yeah. Time to be happy and free, throwing caution to the wind. Again, no longer playing it small, because we all have something very important to bring to this life, to this earth. And so this is about not giving up until we figure out what that is. And if we're not feeling good about life, we're not going in the right direction, is essentially what this is saying. We're not honoring ourselves. We're not honoring that child. All of those dreams that we had when we were small, right? It's almost like we're choking it. We're not loving ourselves and putting our crown back on, and again, remembering how important we truly are in the whole scheme of things. This is about opening your mind up to the truth about what will help to set you free. And really what I feel within the energy of this reading is being true to your heart, honoring what feels good to you and moving in that direction, away from all of those past hurts, being stabbed in the back. Yes, those things did happen, but can we leave that pain behind, and can we allow ourselves to live, to truly live? All right? Or are we going to get stuck in a loop, being afraid to step out, right? And really be free, really live in this world as we came here to live, again, unapologetically, because otherwise we are stifling that aspect of ourselves, that uniqueness within ourselves. And we feel it every day because we're unhappy about it. We feel stuck and want to move forward, you know? This is like self-sabotage in a sense. It's knowing what is going on, perhaps how we're holding ourselves back, or the people that we may be engaging with, or the activities, things of that nature. Perhaps we need to, say no to those people that want to try to come and save the day, those knight in shining armor types that, when we really need them, may not really be there for us in the way that we truly need them to be. Like if you're ready to go romp in the sack, yeah, they're there. Yeah, they're right there. But otherwise, if you want to talk, or, you got problems, that you're dealing with, they're not really that type. You know what I mean? Magician in reverse. This does nothing but really like strip away all your powers, is what I was hearing, by dealing with these energies, by knowing what you're dealing with, and by still choosing perhaps to stay playing it small. You know what I mean? Going back to the past, or at least within your energy, not being willing to move forward in the ways that you know that you need to really live the life that you want to. The peridot is really, I feel, very key, especially since it works with the heart energy, right? This helps you as that magician to be able to, you know, send that energy out. It helps to clear out all of the negative energy, all right? Just allow it to do so. Allow yourself to make those choices for yourself, where you're not confused. Again, where you're following how you feel. And when you remove all of the distractions within yourself and you just get down to the nitty gritty, like how does this feel? Does it, if my child, if you think about a child, would I allow someone to treat my child this way, or a child? You got to think of yourself this way, as far as what we would allow. And a lot of us have been desensitized by what we've seen growing up, and we really have to question everything, and ensure that we're following what really truly matters to us and is true to us. So this is all about making better choices as we move forward, and I do feel like that will be a result of really being honest with ourselves about what has brought us to this point. This is the king now. We had the Queen of Cups in reverse starting out. Now we've got the King of Cups. I always get that Sade song, your love is king, crown you with my heart. Right? This is a time to love ourselves. That's what I get so much in all of this Phoenix rising energy, and this one talking about you are unique. It's like really seeing that within ourselves again, enough to leave everything behind that has caused us all the heartbreak, all the heartache. Are you willing to make the change? Because Spirit's saying that needs to happen if you want that, happiness, or that contentedness, at least in your life, that desire to want to continue on instead of feeling like a loathing every day for life. You know what I mean? Because who wants to feel that way? I mean, I have to still go through certain aspects of my own life that I work with to change, and I've come a long way, even from where I started out. People in my family didn't go to college and stuff like that. Like my dad didn't even graduate high school. And my daughter just recently, she got straight A's all through high school, and she just got accepted to the local university. But I mean, like, she's literally like an honor student, and I'm so proud of her. But it's like breaking all of those curses, and the curses being like all of those blocks that we put on ourselves that we somehow inherently feel, and we have to challenge. We have to figure out what's causing that, within us. Why are we feeling this way, stuck in the past, like we can't heal, like we can't accomplish the big things that we may really want to accomplish in life? You know what I mean? And many times it's just things within us that we're not completely aware of, usually from our childhood, as this card was talking about, with that being unique energy, where we feel afraid to really step out and be to honor ourselves. And I can totally relate because that was hard to do with YouTube and stuff like that, right? So it is kind of hard to put yourself out there and be confident, and hopefully other people will vibe with you and stuff like that. And yeah, it's very interesting, right? But you gotta try. You gotta figure out what works for you and what makes you happy, what makes you tick. You know what I mean? Show me the Queen of Cups energy. What do we need to know about that? We got the Five of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you knew that there was definitely something that somebody was either, lying to you about, withholding information. Some truth came out perhaps about what was going on, about why, you know, perhaps somebody was withholding their emotions from you. Um, Definitely, I feel like right now at this point, it's more of you thinking back on the past. I feel like a lot of this is probably more in your head as opposed to happening currently. I feel like you did see that this person was perhaps a very manipulative type of person. Yeah, absolutely. The truth is that there was definitely somebody in the background with this person. You may not have ever really known what was going on, but this is a lot of karmic energy here. And maybe you understand that perhaps what you were dealing with in the past was just that, even though there may have been a lot of emotions, wrapped up in it. You may have given this person a lot of chances as well, but I feel like this is where our emotions could be stuck, and keeping us stuck, keeping us from feeling like we can be more than what we've experienced at this point. Ooh, sun energy coming out. That's beautiful. The sun coming out after the Ten of Swords in reverse. So, if we can really get to this energy of leaving all of those past hurts behind and understanding that there is a lesson if we can look at it instead of getting too emotionally wrapped up and worked up, in these things that perhaps didn't work out in our favor or the way that we had hoped that they would. They actually can be such a blessing, and they can bring us so much happiness and realization, wisdom to keep us from making the same mistakes over and over again and having to be in this energy, right? Of having to work on healing ourselves to begin with, because that's a lot more work, right? Then it's kind of like preventative maintenance so you don't get stuck in these situations in the future, kind of thing. All right, what is the World in reverse? Anybody relating out there? Let me know in the comments for sure. Yeah, I think a big part of this is again working with yourself, your belief. It's like something stops you every time you start to really put yourself out there. That's really what I'm getting from this energy. And I feel like a lot of it stems from perhaps, just uh, this energy of, and I've experienced this too within, especially, it can happen in friendships too. I've had this happen where people like are so interested in you, and they act like they love you so much, at one point, and then all of a sudden it's like they just pull away and they start acting like different people, and it's like, well, where did all this come from? It's like yesterday we were amazing, and now all of a sudden I don't know who you are, who I'm dealing with at this point. So what was this? Yeah, look at this. It's all about, oops, sorry, got to cover her boobie up. This is all about you stepping out, being honest with yourself that you've held yourself back perhaps for too long with this energy, whatever this past energy is, where somebody, did the ultimate betrayal. But what you didn't see is that this really was a blessing in disguise. All right, Seven of Swords in reverse at the center of everything. Wow. So this definitely is causing nothing but, internal chaos is what I see here. It's like even when you're alone and you have some downtime, I feel like it's very hard to be in a peaceful place, to not have a lot of things on your mind. And again, I don't feel like these are things that are necessarily, if they're from outside people, are currently happening necessarily, but there are things that perhaps you always think about. Yeah, definitely I keep seeing this energy like Knight of Cups in reverse and Queen of Wands, almost like someone was, giving their love and emotions to other people. You know, it's the Knight of Cups is that type of energy that, oh my goodness. Yeah, you knew this was toxic. This is definitely that love bombing type of energy when we see this kind of combination with the devil and the Knight of Cups in reverse. That's definitely someone that you know that you should not give your energy to. And if you don't know, I'm telling you, the star is also coming out asking you to block this energy with that Eight of Wands in reverse, right? This is not the time to entertain any past people that you already know are toxic. And I feel like Spirit is asking you to really heal, you know, on and work on letting go of your thoughts and your, you know, emotions around any past people that perhaps you have been longing for, or in the back of your mind, you know, in the back of your heart have still been longing for, thinking about to some degree, right? This could be you. This might not be anybody else. This could be just you secretly, you know, still thinking about somebody that you know did nothing perhaps but lie to you, you know, and what do they call that energy? Oh, I can't think of gaslighting. Yes. That's definitely a gaslighting card. So you may have discovered that somebody was gassing your head up that they loved you when really they didn't. You know, you could have been dealing with the Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces as well with that water energy coming out. And yeah, let's see what this Magician in reverse energy is. Ooh, time to stop holding yourself back. I think this is pretty clear. You are the magician, but you're holding yourself back, and Spirit is asking you to really look at yourself and the power that you hold to be able to move your situation forward instead of continuing to keep yourself blinded perhaps to the fact that your healing is already present. If you accept it, it's already there right now. It's just about making a conscious choice to say enough is enough, is really what it comes down to. And Spirit's asking, is enough enough? Are you finally sick and tired of going in the direction perhaps that you have been going in and the way things have been going? Are you ready to make perhaps a different choice, one that really is going to work out for you and one that you will be happy with, that's going to be centered in you honoring yourself, which is why this unique card has come out. But you have to see this in yourself first, right? And you have to sometimes honor yourself enough to pull back from everybody, not just, you know, and allow yourself to really be with yourself, I guess, is really the biggest thing I could say with that. Because when there's no other people talking to you, filling your head, you know, giving you anything else to consider, it's like being in the desert, right? You really get that opportunity to connect with yourself, connect with Spirit, and really make some profound discoveries about things that will stay with you, quite honestly. So, what we were seeing perhaps in the past with this 7-7 energy, you knew things, you weren't perhaps making good choices in the past, and that's why you weren't seeing those returns like you should have been seeing, right? Why were you not getting the reciprocity from people? Well, maybe it's just because we weren't with the right people, and that's just the simple, you know, nuts and bolts of it. And it's maybe is just that cut and dry. And if we can remove our emotions from it and the fact that this person is who they are, then perhaps we can then be more free to know that there is someone out there that there can be that growth with, and we have the ability to make the right choices. But it all comes with seeing our own value and worth first with that Page of Pentacles energy, right? You have the opportunity to hold back at this time, right? Not be foolish, not just go out there. And maybe that's why you have chosen to do that here, right? Maybe you know that you're not quite ready to put yourself back out there yet. At least, you know, in that relationship way, perhaps. But, you know, just test the waters. Take it a little bit at a time. Nobody says that you have to open up, you know, the dam and things of that nature. But the King of Cups is a very assured, you know, like that confident energy I was talking about. Someone who can be in the room. They don't have to like be outwardly sweet and kind and things of that nature, but can still be kind in the right amounts and ways that let people know, yes, I'm a good person, but at the same time, and I even said this today when I was in surgery, I'm a good person, but don't try to take advantage of me. Don't try to get one over on me, because I still know what's going on, even if I'm being kind. And I think people are getting that more and more the more that they work with me. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's see what this King of Cups energy is. Ooh, we got some moon energy coming up here today. Somebody definitely needs to be honest with themselves, all right? I don't know what this energy is with this woman here, and she is very naked. But there could be definitely, if you are dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces person, there could still be something that you're not completely clear on, all right? Or they could be keeping you in the dark if they're dealing with you. This may be a time to just go ahead and leave the past in the dust, all right? Leave this offer perhaps in the dust if you have something or someone trying to come back. And I would say particularly from the past, because it almost seems like that this is a dynamic, again, with the lost and the ruins of the past. It's like this didn't work out any of the other times that perhaps chances that you gave them, because with the judgment earlier on in the shuffle, I feel like that you've given someone a lot of chances. Even 2 or 3 chances to me is a lot of chances. um, but I don't feel like you've seen any significant changes. And then more than anything, I don't feel like you're honoring yourself. I feel like you're trying to perhaps make something work that maybe felt really wonderful at one time, but you've learned your lessons from that. And you know that that happiness comes at quite a cost, is what this looks like to me. Okay, so what Spirit is perhaps saying is distract yourself with things that really are, of interest to you, that are going to allow you to connect with people and groups and things like that, who are going to be more on the same page. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's probably going to be the best place to meet friends, partners, that kind of thing. And even find, other networks and things like that that you can work with. One thing I think I would like to do is, I don't know if any of you have ever heard of events and adventures, where single people can join and go on like different, events. They can either go on trips or to different places. Anyway, I don't want to get lost in that, but my point is that I thought that would be cool at one point, even just to go and do things with like a group of people and not do it by myself, at least the first time, especially things I haven't done before. Yeah, but just like consider things that you're interested in. And again, that's going to help lead you towards more the type of people that you're going to more vibe with, and a type of partner that's really going to get you and be more on the same page and the same level. Yeah, that's my suggestion anyway. That's what I'm doing. All right, so let's see what the Divine Doors message cards have for advice moving forward. What would you like to say to our collective? This one wants to come out. Anthony's call. Maybe somebody out there is named Anthony, or Anthony may be calling you. Tony, something of that nature. Let me know in the comments. This card says, in thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. So no matter what you may feel you have lost, there is much more for you to find, especially as you leave the lost past. Leave the past behind. Leave the ruins of the past behind. All right? Are you ready to answer the call? If your name is Anthony, again, Tony or Anthony may be calling you. Just a message there. Definitely hit the like button and let me know below how this may be resonating. And subscribe and hit the bell notification if you haven't already. Any other messages? What is this one? This one is a cure for longing. So yeah, again with that ruins of the past, a cure for longing. Let's see what this card has to say for us. This card says, love is happiness, a spark inside. Love deliberately and choose boldly, then you will have arrived. So Follow the advice that you're being given. Again, follow that thread of where you feel good. Go in that direction and stop holding yourself back, Spirit says, from really being who you are and living the life that you want to live. It all starts with you. You know, each one of us have to consider what are those changes for each one of us that's really going to, you know, allow us to allow that inner child to come out responsibly. You know what I mean? But it's like you want to play, you want to have fun, but how can you balance that with being responsible? We all have to figure that out. And plus, we have to figure out what are our little tricks or what are our little treats, if you will. Tricks or treats. That, you know, we aspire to or that we get happiness from. And try to find those ones that are good ones, you know, good rewards, yes. So I mean, for instance, like I still have a lot of them to get to, but I'll show you what I've got here. I've got a list of things that I need to do for myself, you know. I've only marked off a couple, but there are definitely ones on there. Like, I want to go to Hawaii for my birthday. I'm going to be 50 years old this year, you guys. Oh, OMG, shh, don't tell anybody. But I'm going to be 50 years old this year. So I thought Hawaii 5-0, that sounds fun, right? So, yeah, you know, we all have different aspirations for our lives. And, you know, we had those aspirations for a reason because probably we made those aspirations a long time ago. Um, and these, you know, things that we're breaking as far as these generational curses and things like that, too, like these blocks of thinking that we can't be who we want to be or we can't do a particular thing. This is asking us to step outside of that box within ourselves, you know. Stop keeping ourselves stuck. Be honest with ourselves about what it is that we really want so that we can get out there and really live our life and find true happiness in it, you know. All right, let's see what's going on here for love messages from the Lovers Oracle cards. First card out, I like this card a lot, and I think it's very fitting for this reading. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Is that true or not? And I mean, if we don't get stuck, again, if we don't get too emotionally invested to the point that we can't accept the way that things perhaps have turned out in a situation, and we can't learn the lesson from it and be able to move forward and have that awesome relationship, you know, perhaps afterwards, we gotta be more like Ariana Grande. Thank you, next. All right, you know, if it didn't work out, there are many other people out there in the world, billions, as a matter of fact. There's got to be somebody else amazing out there, just saying. This card here says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you've loved. Is that true? I mean, when you're laying on your deathbed, what are you going to be thinking about? All the wonderful things, right? And also perhaps all the regrets of like things you didn't do and that kind of thing, you know, and things you didn't get over perhaps. So you're being asked to allow this eclipse time, this Mercury retrograde of reviewing your life. And it's like, what do we really want to change? And how do we want to be like that phoenix? Like in the energy of this card, again, that's the power animal of this card, the phoenix. How are we going to rise out of this crazy, you know, devastation, if you will, of our lives that we may feel that we're in to really get to where we want to be? Only we can do it, all right? So this is on you, is what Spirit's saying, but I'm here to support you and give you that fuel as you're taking flight, you know, as you're, now I'm getting that fly. You know, it's time. Why do we want to hold ourselves back? That's just abusing ourselves. Why do that? All right? Be happy. This is what Spirit's asking you to do for yourself. For you. This is your life. All right? You ready to get an answer to your question? And then I need to get to bed so I can go work another 12 hours in surgery tomorrow. But I truly appreciate each and every one of you being here. Thank you so, so much. It has been really fun for me to do this reading tonight, and many of you have been engaging I can't wait to go back and read the comments because it was really cool to see them pop up. In fact, I was wondering if if they do. I'm newer, if you will, to this platform, so I'm learning. But thank you guys really for all your support. Anyway, let's get an answer to your question because I always flip my handy dandy divination coin, as I say, at the end of all my readings. So let's see. Get your question ready. In three, two, one. All right. That wasn't the best flip ever, but we did get a yes. I do hope that was what you wanted to hear because that's what came out for this time around anyway. Guys, do join me for our weekly forecast tomorrow with our offset Egyptian oracle cards. So all of the, oh, and by the way, I put up almost all of the readings for the weekly zodiac, which will be for the new moon and the Mercury retrograde and all of those crazy energies. I have all but four of them up, so I still got to get Capricorn, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Pisces. But everybody else is up, so go ahead and check it out. Let me know, and thank you for your love and time tonight. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye for now.